I recently bought this USB player which also has a Bluetooth module in it. This comes with a remote, so changing songs and changing the volume can be controlled using the remote. This came for almost like 230 rupees in a local electronic shop. Let's open this and see what all you have inside. Inside the box we get this USB player module, also the remote. There are few more connectors inside the box which we'll see later. So as you can see, this is quite small remote and looks like it works on a coin battery. Now let's take a look at this module. As you can see, here's a symbol of Bluetooth that indicates that it has Bluetooth feature, and these are the control buttons. And if you see the display, there is Woo meter on this which visualizes the sound. And this is where you attach the pen drive and memory card slot. There's an aux pin as well. Looking at the back, we can see this is the Bluetooth antenna. So this indicates that this has Bluetooth. And there are two connectors here, one is for power and other is for speakers. This is the connector that came with the set to connect to the power, and I have soldered it to this small circuit consisting of this input 1000 microfarad capacitor connected to a 5 volts regulator, and then finally a 2200 microfarad capacitor. This is kind of a small filter cum regulator. It will be converting a 12 volts power supply to 5 volts, because this board can handle only 5 volts. Anything higher than 5 volts can damage the board. I'll be soldering the power supply wires directly onto the board without the connector, as I don't want any loose connections in the power supply. Once I have soldered the power supply wires, I quickly gave it power to test if it's working, and it was working very well. I even pressed a few buttons on remote to see if they were operating fine, and it was working well. So let's go to the next step. This board also comes with this speaker connector, but I won't be using this as I'll be directly soldering wires to the board. Also on the board we get 3 pins, one is for left channel, other is for right channel, and other third one is the ground. I won't be using the ground wire as the power supply which I'm using for this board is same as the one which I'm using for the amplifier. So if I check here with a multimeter, the ground of the speaker pins is shorted with the ground wires of the power supply. So that means even if I don't connect this ground wire to the amplifier, still I'll be having this ground connection to the amplifier. So I don't need to connect this ground pin. I'll be using only 2 wires, which is the left channel and right channel, and directly connecting them to the amplifier on my workbench. Next I soldered 2 wires, one to the left channel and one to the right channel. These will be going to the amplifier on my workbench. There is a small pin on this board which indicates FM antenna. So for this one I'll be connecting short length of wire which will act as antenna. If you have a telescopic antenna or any other short antenna, you can directly connect it here. As I don't have any antenna, I'll be soldering a wire. Next I decided where I should fix this module on my workbench, and I found the correct spot. Here I drilled a hole so that all the wires from the module can go through, and the antenna wire would be left outside because if it's kept inside, then I'm not sure if the signals of the FM would be received normally. I made some markings on the workbench so that I can fix the screws. Next I slowly drill inside the screws so that the board doesn't break. Once I made sure that the board was fixed firmly, I started making connections for amplifier and the power supply. As you can see, I have soldered the regulator circuit here, and the wire travels from the module to the board here. This is the SMPS which is connected to the power supply, and also one more wire goes to this amplifier board. There is a separate video for this amplifier board and the speakers, and also the wire from the board for the speakers comes directly to this amplifier.
As you can see, I have switched on the board here and it is connected through Bluetooth to my laptop here, and you can also notice this connection in this laptop. It shows that it is connected to a Bluetooth speaker.
With this, the setup is complete. You can hear the sound yourself and see how good the quality is.
And the VCC, I'm dropping it to 5 volts using the 7805, and there's a relay which is powered directly from 12 volts, and I'm using a BC547 transistor to power it, but you can use any other transistor like BC548, 130.
As you can hear, it sounds quite loud at half of its volume. That's all for today's video. If you like this video, you might like some of my other videos too. Please check them out at Electronics Made Easy. Subscribe to this channel to get regular updates of my new videos. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.